Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Okay,
Online
okay.
Business Made Easy podcast.
But I
Today
seem to
we
be
have an
losing you a
awesome
bit,
guest.
so that's why I want to confirm that.
Today we have an awesome guest in Emmanuel with us. Emmanuel is an expert in email marketing, and he is going to share a lot of valuable information regarding email marketing with us today. He helps service providers and coaches spend 15 minutes a day converting more clients via email. So, welcome, Emmanuel. We are happy to host you in our podcast, and we are thrilled to have you here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure being here with every single one of you, and I can't wait to share what's exciting with us today in email marketing.
Yes. So, Emmanuel, I would like to, know more about you. I'd like to know how you came
Okay,
into email marketing, like your journey till date.
okay, awesome. So basically, I guess it was about 5 years back. I had my coach and mentor that has been drumming in my ears that I need to start have my leads on an email list. I need to create a freebie. I need to get them on my list. But I had ignored that because I felt it wasn't that relevant. I have a following on social media, and people should be able to buy from me. So I left it about 3 years ago. Then I started one, and so when I created an email list, shared my freebie, get people to subscribe to the list, I was sending mails daily
Okay.
with the hope that they were going to buy. So I sent them an offer, and guess what? That offer flopped. No one
Okay.
bought the offer. No one bought it. I was confused. I was tired. I was angry. I was sad. And I dumped the list. So, and that was what led me to study the greats like Ben Setu, Andre Chaperon, Matt Fury, people that were making 8, 9 figures with their emails alone. And it's also what I'll be covering here today with every single one of us on how we can make email marketing work for us.
Okay. That's really great. So I would like to, ask you some questions. Like there are a lot of ways you can connect with, your audience. Why one should invest in email marketing? Why email marketing is so much important?
Okay, yes. Email marketing is, I'm trying to phrase a particular quote now, is the license to print money. That is how this quote put it. It's licensed. So if you are very vast in email communication, you have that license to print money. In fact, it's one of the ways to not only be able to acquire customers or clients, but also to be able to retain them. Once you have, that's why you can see that almost every single person, that is why if someone is enrolls into your course or your program or purchase your services, that person can also do might also want to enroll in another of your course or program. But if you don't have them on your email list, if you don't build them, if you don't nurture them, they won't have any idea when you would roll out such offer again. So it becomes difficult to retain such kinds of clients because you don't have
Right.
an email list. And
Correct.
there was a particular time when Instagram, a particular coach had millions of followers on Instagram, and her account shut was shut down. She couldn't reach
Oh,
out to her audience. But thank God for the fact that she had an email list. She was able to communicate with us, and she was able to make sales that day. So imagine that if she didn't have an email list, she wouldn't have been able to make sales. And her Instagram account, which was where her main following and audience were being built, would have been lost. So it's a
correct.
license to print money once you know how to do it.
Right, right. So emails are something like you own those lists. You don't own the social media. You can be banned from social media. Your account can be removed from social media. But email marketing is something that is your ownership.
Exactly. Your platform. It is like your house. So social media
Correct.
is like a rented platform. You go to other people's house,
Absolutely.
their bars, but then email marketing is like inviting them to your own house, and then they will come and enjoy all the goodies and the pleasures and everything that you have in store for them.
Correct. Absolutely right. So, there are some, digital marketers who say that, email marketing is dead. It doesn't, give results anymore. So, like you said just now, that email marketing is something that you own basically. So, email marketing, it cannot be dead anytime soon, unless and until, there is a better way of,
Exactly.
getting in touch with your clients.
Yes. So basically, when they say email marketing is dead, I look, perhaps most times when people say that, they are basically voicing out their opinions. No, back then, I
Correct.
think 2 years back when I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the podcast that I failed in my email marketing, I could say then that email marketing is dead. But yet the stats prove us wrong. It says that the users of email would in 2023 increase to over 4.3 billion. So that's
Oh,
over 4.3 billion would be using emails to market. And if 9 out of 10 marketers use email marketing, you can imagine 9 out of 10 use email
right.
marketing. That doesn't show that email marketing is going anytime soon. And when you
Right.
talk about the average expectation of your ROI, you have 42 for every $1 invested in email marketing, your ROI is $42. Compare that to social
Correct.
media. For every $1 invested in social media, you have $33 as your ROI. So you can see that
Correct.
that is a distance, that is a gap, that is far ahead. And
Correct.
we also see from that same stat that over 80% of small business owners regards email marketing as their most important customer
Correct.
acquisition and retention strategies. So even small business
Correct.
owners also, over 80% are now using email marketing. Customers as well, still from that same stat, yes, they reveal that 4.24% converts when you use email. Compare that to social media and you have about 0.59% that convert when you use social media. So it
Correct.
means that when you have 100 people following you, when you use social media, about one out of 100 will convert. But meanwhile,
Correct.
when you compare that to email marketing, you have 5 out of the 100
Correct.
to convert. So that is a huge
Right.
number. And I've
That's
also
a huge
checked
number.
across pages. I've seen that even top website designers, graphic designers, they have people in their email list. And that is how you get
Correct.
information about their brands, information about what they do, information about their offers, because they know how important it is for you to have an email following and how easy
Correct.
it is for you to
Correct.
and how easy it is for you to sell via email as well. So let me
Correct.
conclude here with this that email marketing is not really dead.
Yes. Yes. It's like you said, it's like people are voicing their opinions, but actually data is showing something else. Data is showing that email marketing is 5 times better than social media if done right. People who are saying email marketing is dead, it's basically their opinion. It's
Exactly.
not actually a fact. So
It's not actually
one
a fact,
more.
it's based on opinion and experience. And most people are just
Correct.
projecting that onto us for us to know that, oh, yes, it's dead. But basically, what they are telling us is
Right.
that they've tried it before and they failed.
Correct. So one more question I have is like, which types of businesses are benefited from email marketing? do small businesses really help from email marketing, or you need to be a large business to benefit from email marketing, or there are certain industries that benefit from email marketing and it's not applicable to all industries? What's your opinion on it, or is it applicable to all the industries?
Email marketing works for every single business. Even for those that are into cocaine, email marketing works for them. For those that are into products, email marketing works for them. For those that are into services, email marketing works for them. And the reason why is that a lot of persons are now beginning to use email to get information, especially personalized information. And when you talk about small businesses, because there's a tendency for you to believe that, okay, only big businesses, big brands can use email marketing. But the truth is that even as a small business, it is a way for you to build your audience, a way for you to build your tribe of buyers, and a way for you to remain top of mind.
Correct.
When even against the big businesses. And so it is very, very important that small businesses, in fact, strategy. So you can see that business owners are adapting and they are making use of email marketing as a channel, a profitable one at that. And so it works for every single industry.
Correct. That's very true. So coming back to the main question, what are the tips you will give to the people who are just starting out with email marketing? What they should do, what they shouldn't do? Let's focus on what they should do first, and then we will come back to what they shouldn't do. But what are the tips that you will give to them?
Okay. So this is where I would start from. Basic one. You need to realize that the people that you are trying to help, they have a problem.
Correct.
Right? And you have a son. Right? And they are also looking for a solution to their problem. So now there are those that have the problem, but they're not looking actively for the solution. For this particular one, looking for the solution to their problem. In fact, there are even those self that they don't even know what their problem is. Now, these are the reasons why most persons subscribe to an email list, because they want to get information. So we need to first understand that particular part, because it is very, very important. So for you to be able to begin with an email list, you need to connect to an email marketing platform, whether it is MailChimp, Sendinblue, OnTransport, and MailerLite, and all of those. So having subscribing to those platforms will help you get started with your email list building. And then you need to have what is known as a freebie or a lead magnet, something that gets them to want to join your email list, because it's very important. They need to join your email list, and it needs to be valuable to them, not to you. Because most times, most of the mistakes that we make is that we tend to provide a lead magnet or a freebie that is valuable to you and not them. Now, there are three things that your freebie, or three things your freebie should be able to do. Your freebie should be able to save their time. They should be able to provide immediate benefit.
Right.
And your freebie should be able to serve as a guide.
Correct.
So it's very, very important, because it saves their time, provide them with immediate benefit. Because when you are able to give them they would want to stay longer in your email list to know how you can help them more. Let's say their journey is from A to D. If you can help them move from A to A3, right?
Right.
They want to
Correct.
stay longer to know, okay, how can he help me move from A3 to D? So it's very, very,
Correct.
very important that your
Right.
freebie, your lead magnet is able to provide such kinds of them.
Correct.
And so that would get you started. So once they come into your list, you begin to send them valuable information with your
Correct.
offers as well. And that is how it flows from there.
Correct. Correct. So basically, you have to think from your customer's perspective, what they need and not what you need.
Exactly.
Correct.
Very, very important.
And
I've seen a whole lot of marketers make this mistake. Sorry about
correct.
that. I've seen a lot of marketers make this mistake. They focus on what they need or what they want
Correct.
and not what they would want. Because you need to be able to bring them in based on what they would want.
Right.
Because that is what gets them attracted in the first instance. Yes.
Correct. Correct. And many marketers, they just send out sales email rather than providing value. They don't send informational emails. They send buy this, buy that. They go straight to that selling point, and which is, I think, a really big failure point for them.
Okay. So let me just quickly talk about that. So there are mistakes that marketers make when they when they begin with email marketing. One is to begin to send promotional emails, salesy emails. They begin to bombard their list with, hey, I have 24% discount, 90% discount off my offer. Come and buy from me. Buy, 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 buy. So they really provide value. They really help their audience with a win, with how they can get an edge, how they can make them look badass. Like, for instance,
Correct.
let's assume that I am a graphic designer, right? And I know how to do brand logo that stands out. Now,
Right.
um, rather than telling them, come and purchase my services or come connect with me on my Calendly call, you can tell them how a logo has denied you of a huge opportunity before with another brand.
Correct.
You can tell them how important it is for them to have a logo for their businesses, how it makes them stand out. You can tell them the
Correct.
importance of a logo to their business, and you can tell them of a client that you helped and the result that
Correct.
the client got. So those are kind of the things
Correct.
that builds connection, because the key to making sales over emails is building connection. Is building
Correct.
connection. That's one mistake. I'll move quickly to the second one. The second mistake is that most marketers, they tend to overteach. So they become a lecturer in their subscribers' inbox. They overwhelm
Correct.
them with information. But what subscriber need at that particular point is what they call belief shifts
Okay.
and identity shifts. Not
Correct.
majorly information, because information can be gotten anywhere, from
Right. Right.
Pinterest, from Google, from Facebook, from Twitter, from Instagram, from LinkedIn. Information can be gotten anywhere. So what they want is that they want to be able to buy knowing that you have that experience and guidance for you to lead them. And if you cannot be able to shift
Correct.
their insight, or if you act more like a lecturer in their inbox, they are more likely to just abandon it, ignore us, or unsubscribe, and which will be bad for business, right?
Correct. Correct.
And a third mistake also that I've found that is that, so I'm going to be very, very with this, because this is one of my core areas right now, is email
Okay.
leadership. You need to
Okay.
understand that anyone that follows you or that subscribes to your list, they are already seeing you as a leader in whatever you are offering.
Okay.
Maybe because you have a unique process to it, a unique mechanism to it, they are seeing you as that leader. And so when you
Correct.
begin to sound like other marketers in their inbox, they are likely to ignore you. That's why one key reason is that you need to be able to send mail to their inbox that
Correct.
position you as a leader that you are. Because for whatever you
Right.
are offering, whether you are offering logo design, whether you are offering how to be able to create Instagram carousels, whether you are offering how to be able to design images, whether it's how to make your website convert more prospects or more leads into clients, you need to be able to position yourself as a leader with a unique process that your whatever you are providing gives. So it is
Correct.
very important. So these are the mistakes that seems not too obvious, but it would hinder you from making progress with email marketing. And so it's important to be able
Correct.
to follow this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, sometimes it's better knowing what not to do and rather than knowing what to do, because that way you avoid some big mistakes in email marketing, and which may lead to profit, a loss in profit, or what you call, I mean, no profit sometimes. Because one mistake I would like to share that I made, I had an email list of almost 5,000 people, and I kept on giving them information. So they were always expecting information from me. And when I started actually selling them something, they were not ready to buy, because I in their mind was someone who was giving only information for zero cost, and I was not some guy who was selling something. So I had to remove that whole list and build a new list from scratch, and that was a very costly mistake, because generating an audience of 5,000
Wow.
people took me a lot of time.
I got that, and that is very, very important. One that you shared right now. It's a mistake that I've seen a lot make, and even me as well, and even people make it a lot on social media. So, but with email,
Correct.
it's different, and it's painful for you to have lost that. Thank you for sharing. It's
Correct.
a good one.
Yes. One more important thing, like nurturing audience. Like you have audience of 1,000 people, you have that audience, but you don't know what to send them, when to send them. Like people are saying like what kind of content they should send week in week out, because it's really sometimes people feel difficult to generate that content. How you go about nurturing your audience? What is the process that you follow? What are the tips you will give regarding nurturing the audience?
Okay, so basically, for you to nurture your audience, right? It's you send them emails over time. So and you're going to recognize that is what is referred to as the welcome email sequence. So
Correct.
whereby when a subscriber enters your list or subscribes to your mailing list, you provide them a welcome sequence. Some people see it as
Okay.
maybe 5 days, 7 days, depending on how long. So maybe on the first day, they get your freebie, your lead magnet, or whatever it is. On the second day, you let them know exactly who you are and what your brand is about. On the third day, you let them know about what they stand for and how
Correct.
and what your values, your principles are. Maybe then on the fifth day, you share you share with them your client success, testimonials, results, and all of those things. That's to build social proof. And on the fifth day, you can begin to make offers and then close the cart finally on that fifth day. So that way you've been able to nurture them, and most
Correct.
people make that they place that on an automated sequence, so that
Correct.
even
Correct.
when they are not there, the email will be sent to them, as long as that they're moving from the first day to the 5th day. And that has been responsible for a whole lot of sales, because that is the time when your subscriber is more active to hear from you.
Correct.
The open rate at that period is over 80%. So it's that high.
Right.
And so if you do it well enough, you can convert leads right from the time they enter into your email list.
Correct.
And so as to what to send to them, you could send to them stories about because there are things that you could talk about to your email list. So it depends. First of all, you need to first understand the kind of audience that you are speaking to. But there are certain things they'll be able to resonate with, and there are certain things or certain information that they would not be able to resonate with. It is very, very important. Our market dictates how we move, or our audience, who we are speaking to, dictate the kind of information we share with them. So basically, we can share with them stories that your customer success stories. You can send that to your email list. You can share with them trends in your industry, right? Yes.
Correct.
But trends in your industry that affect them.
Okay.
Because it's very important, that affect them and that cost them in a huge way. So it's very important for you to know that, because people can send trends, but what matters to them is, how does this particular trend affect me? And if you have an offer that helps them to work with the trend, you can place it there. They'll always want to check it out, and that would mean that you would have a client from that, right? Yes. You can also send information that deals with identity shift or belief shift, or what is referred to as insight, that provide insight to whatever matters they are dealing with, right? Because one thing that makes people, a lot of people feel that they feel that I don't need a logo, I don't need a website, I don't really need to have like a 3-page website. So it's your job to be able to provide that perspective that, that the reason that they might be looking at for why they don't need a website is not that, it is another way. And so with all of those insights and insight and perspective that you provide to them, they would want to get more, they want to know more, and this builds the trust that they have with you. You can share stories about your day, and then connect that story to your product or your offering, whatever it is. So all of those things are important, but yes, but majorly, what we need to understand is that we need a leader in their inbox.
Correct.
That is important. We need to act as a leader in their inbox, because it's easy for you to get what to write to them once you know that you are a leader. It is easy for you to know what to write to them, the stories you should use, whether it's daily stories, whether it is stories from the media. Once you know that you are a leader to them, you will write those stories in a way that they perceive you as a leader. It will help you build that trust and authority that will make them buy from you, right? So it's important. So basically, once you recognize that, because everything first starts with us. Let me tell you that there are those that, because I belong to so many mailing lists, right? So there are those that mail just consistently in such a way that their list is burnt out. Why? It's not that they are not nurturing, but the information they are sharing are not connecting with their audience interest, which is
Correct.
very important. So what is their
Correct.
interest? It's not connecting, it's not relevant to their needs. So,
Correct.
because when you factor in all of this information, it will help you know that, okay, yes, these are the kinds of information, these are the kinds of emails I send to my list. So those are important.
Very true. Very true. I think, and that's a really great advice that you have given here, because people, I mean, most of the marketers, spend a lot of time in generating the email list. They have 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, but they forgot to, nurture them. If you keep the list there itself, it's not, going to provide you any profit. You actually have to use that list, nurture it, then you will, generate profit from it. Generating a list is one part of the problem, but nurturing them is another part of the problem. And I think you have shared a great value here.
Thank you.
And one more thing I would like to ask, how important is copy? How important it is, right? Because what people think, they need a good copywriter to write the emails. They're afraid to write the emails on their own. But most of the small businesses, they don't have budget to hire a copywriter. They want to write their own emails, but they're afraid to. So, what are the tips you will give to people who are afraid of writing a good copy? What are simple 2 3 points, a very important points that you would like to share with them?
Okay. When it comes to copy, because the truth also is that you don't just send email, is not just another medium to send content.
Correct.
Like the content you write on Facebook, the content you Twitter, on LinkedIn. Email has its own way, and that is what they refer to as your email copy, right?
Correct.
And so, for when it comes to that, one of the things you need to email copywriting is important. That's the truth. So if you can,
Right.
it saves you a whole lot of a time if you are able to master how to write email copies to your
Correct.
list. But when you don't have that that money or income or revenue to be able to get that, what you need to recognize is that you need to be able to send emails that are relevant,
Correct.
emails that connect to what they are looking for, and then also ensure that your email font is legible. You can easily
Correct.
read it. It's very, very, very
Right.
important. Yes.
Correct. Correct.
So, and then the flow, your email copy flow, also it flows right, because there are times whereby some emails you will read that from the beginning you're already feeling disconnected from the whole piece. So it's very, very
Correct.
important. So
Correct.
once you are able to do that over time with practice, you will get better at understanding your market. You will get better at what makes them to click to your link,
Correct.
what gets
Correct.
the open rate more, and that would guide you in how to write better. So it takes practice. But if
Correct.
not,
Correct.
I would advise that you get an email copywriter to write that for you,
Right.
or you will enroll in an email program that gets that sorted for you.
Right.
Right?
Right. Correct.
I believe at the end of this podcast also, yes, I will be sharing with us like a guide that would help us on how to write emails, what kind of emails to send, and you also
Yes.
see an example of a bad email and an email that is good. So you get all that information at the end. So
Correct.
those would
Correct.
help you to be able to know what to send to your list, how to craft what to send to your list, and we'll
Correct.
provide you with all those guides.
Correct. Correct. So, Emmanuel, I would like to, if I have missed any point, I would like to cover that point. If you want to talk more about the guide that you are going to provide, I would be thrilled to know more about it.
Okay. Okay. So basically, the guide. There are two guides now. The first one is the email marketing guide, which I mentioned that he'll be sharing with us at the end of the podcast. So we'd have
Correct.
information to it, to provide us with guides to ensure that you are not making the mistakes that even top marketers are currently making with their email marketing. It should help
Correct.
you know how to write emails that are fun, that are engaging, and that are relevant. And
Correct.
more importantly, it would help you with writing emails that gives you the license to print money. So that is the
Correct.
key of everything. Be able to monetize your list and ensure that you're making money from it and not just sending emails over time. So you would get that particular guide at the end of this podcast. Yes, we'll have a link to that. And secondly, I'm also coming out with this particular guide. It's exclusive. It's actually not for everyone. I have noticed that there are a lot of testimonials because you can do a work for a client and they will tell you, oh, Emmanuel, your work is quality. It is 100%. It is top notch. And you place it out there like, oh, my client is celebrating me today. This is the screenshot of what they shared with me. And you would have 50% or your friends congratulating you. Awesome. That's amazing. I believe in you. We discovered that none of them are buying. None of them are telling you, how can I enroll into your program or how can I have
Correct.
your services? And it is
Correct.
quite painful because your testimonials should give you a social proof, like tell them that you know what you are doing. But I found
Correct.
out
Correct.
that the reason why it is that way is that a lot of testimonials are not connecting with their audience.
Correct.
That is the reason why you can watch Netflix for 3 good hours, 5 good
Correct.
hours. It's also the reason why you can stay on entertainment platform for as long as possible. It is the reason
Correct.
why we love good stories, no matter
Correct.
how your level in the chain is, whether you have you earn 7 figures, 8 figures, 5 figure, 4 figure, or you're just starting out. We love good stories, right?
Correct.
And so that is
Right.
what this testimonial seek to bring, because it helps you ensure that not only are they engaged from the beginning, but your
Correct.
testimonials also answer the objections, the doubts,
Correct.
the fears they have. Because you need to realize this. There are 3 things that a prospect or a prospective client are asking
Correct.
themselves before they enroll for your services.
Right.
They are asking themselves, is this
Correct.
a valuable product or service?
Correct.
They are asking themselves, does this service or product work? And they are also asking themselves, would this service or product work for me?
Correct.
So those are the 3 things, the 3 questions they are asking in their heart before they're able to enroll for your service or they're able to purchase your product, whatever it is, right? Most
Correct.
testimonials only answer the first 2. It answers, does this product or service work? Yes. And can I trust you to deliver? Yes. But the reason why you see that after everything they are not buying is that your testimonial is not
Correct.
answering, would this work for me?
True.
Which is important. Would your service actually work for me? If I'm a website designer now, will it work for me that has a brick and mortar shop? Will it
Correct.
work for me that I am a fitness professional and I have 3 kids? Will it work
Correct.
for me that I am a wellness coach and I still have my 9-to-5 job. So that is why I created this particular guide. It would help to ensure that you are, once they see it, they are hooked from the beginning. And before they even get to the ending, they're already asking themselves,
Correct.
please, where can I sign up?
Correct.
How can I make payments? How can
Correct.
I purchase from you? Because
Correct.
it connects to them at their very core. And it
Correct.
is
Correct.
relevant to what they need at that particular moment.
Right.
Also embedded in this particular guide is how you can get your past clients to buy from you immediately. Like, because most of us, whenever we deal with a particular client, that's the end of it. But the truth is that your past successful clients can also buy from you again and again and again. And that is
Correct.
embedded in this guide as well.
Correct.
It will give you the straightforward way that on the spot they are purchasing from
Correct.
you instantly. So it means that you have more revenue coming in when you are creating a testimonial. So it is vital, right? And also
Correct.
it will help with your positioning statement, because
Correct.
most times it is not that we are not good with, I'm sorry, I'm using website design for all of this. Most times, not that we are not good at what we do, but
Right.
it is that we are not positioning properly.
Right. That is very
Our
true.
positioning matters in the marketplace. If you are not positioning
Correct.
properly, they will either see you as another marketer, or they won't know why exactly should I work with you.
Correct.
But if you follow exactly how it is detailed in the guide, especially on page 8, right, you will find out how to position strongly in such a way that all of your ideal clients are already saying, yes, that's the man. Yes, that's the service provider I need to work with. Yes, I need
Correct.
to work with Derare. I need to work with Pramish. I need to work with Emmanuel. I need to work with Pratamesh. So that will make them want to work with you instantly. So
Correct.
that is for that particular guide. And as I mentioned earlier, it is exclusive. It's only for those that, one, they have a business, two, they have past successful clients. If you don't have it, you don't have to get the guide. In fact, you don't need to bother
Right.
to look for the guide at all. But if you have it, if you have past successful clients, you will need a guide. And this
Correct.
particular
Correct.
guide costs $17, right?
Okay.
So
Correct.
once you indicate in the comments, if you're watching this, you will get a link, a special link to it, and you will know how to access it from there.
Correct. And I would like to tell my audience that if you want this guide, you can connect with Emmanuel. And if you show interest, he will share that guide with you. He will tell you the procedure, how you can get that guide. Also, people who will comment on this video, those who are watching live, those who will watch the replay, do share your comment, and then Emmanuel will guide you further in getting that guide. I think Emmanuel, you have provided a tremendous value to my audience. Email marketing is one of the very important point that many marketers fail to leverage. And if done right, email marketing, as you said, it gives 5x better return than social media. Plus you own your email list, which is a great advantage. I think thanks Emmanuel for joining on for this podcast, and we are we are obliged to you for sharing such a great information on email marketing.
Thank you.
And I would like to tell my audience, if do join our Facebook group at pps.click/obme, online business made easy. In this group you will get to meet such wonderful personalities like Emmanuel, who are experts in their field, and those who are willing to share a lot of value. So do join our Facebook group and keep tuned for next podcast episode. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Have a great day too.